What's up everyone? My name is Cam. I'm a certified dog nutritionist and founder of the Dog Nutritionist. Today we are in the kitchen cooking a homemade dog food recipe for dogs that suffer from itchy skin. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the causes of itchy skin and the ways in which you can use diet to minimize your dog's discomfort. Right, so what are the causes of your dog's irritation? Generally, they are allergies or they are food intolerances. Allergies are an immune response to something your dog perceives as being hazardous, when in actual fact, it really isn't. The common allergies are to foods, grasses and pollen, to dust mites, to mold, and also to cleaning products and medication. Food intolerance is a reduced ability to break down either a certain protein or a fat sensitivity. These are really common in dogs. I can't tell you how many times I've had to deal with clients or owners who've come to me and thought their dog is allergic to everything because they're just so irritated all the time. But in actual fact, it's a reduced ability to digest. It's a gut that's not working efficiently that's causing all these secondary issues. The amazing thing is you treat allergies and food intolerances the same. You use diet to aid the digestive system, to nourish the gut microbiome, and that is how you strengthen the immune system and reduce these horrible reactions that you're seeing. A bit on how your dog's gut plays a role in these reactions. Each dog has a unique gut microbiome makeup, and it is the balance of that gut microbiome that determines how it reacts to things that come in, and also the intensity of the inflammatory reaction. So if something lands on your dog's skin, a growing red rash, inflammation is appearing, that all stems from your dog's gut. What that means is if you can change the balance of your dog's gut microbiome, you can change their allergies. Also, if you nourish it appropriately and they're super healthy, it reduces the inflammatory response. So you're reducing the reactions and you're reducing the intensity of those reactions. That is what can be done with a proper diet. One major misconception is that allergies are static. If you get an allergy test, those are the things that your dog is allergic to for life. And that is just totally untrue. The gut microbiome can change, it can adapt, so do allergies. One of the major issues in modern medicine is that they don't treat the cause of allergies or food intolerances. They treat the symptoms. They treat the inflammation or the rash. They attack the immune system with immunosuppressants. That is not what we're doing here. We're using natural ingredients to build up your dog's gut, to nourish it appropriately, to support digestion, and that will work to quell, reduce, or eliminate the reactions that they have. We're bringing it to such a natural balance of things, the right proportion of meat, a little bit of roughage, some carbohydrates to take the strain off fat digestion. The proportioning of this meal, 70% meat, 20% squash, 10% courgette. That is the basic proportions that you should be following. I have chosen venison. It's a lean meat. From experience, I've seen that so many dogs suffer from fat sensitivities because they aren't exposed to fats when they are young. I always recommend trying a different protein to what your dog is used to. It's a novel protein. Also, I've managed to buy this stuff £4.50 a kilogram. That is really cheap and it is better quality, really important when making a homemade diet. I'm also going to use a little bit of venison liver. If you can't access the same organ meat that goes with your novel protein, then don't worry about it for now. Your dog can go on this recipe for no more than 2 months. As long as you're adding ingredients as you go and you're wary that the diet isn't complete. And then I'm going to just put it on a baking tray in the oven for around 10 minutes max. You can feed your dog raw food if you'd like, especially red meat, which is much lower in bacteria than, let's say, poultry meat. And whilst this is in the oven, I am going to steam the squash. Squash is a super healthy one of the non-meat ingredients dogs have been consuming longest. Just a centimetre of water. In goes the squash. So I'm gonna get this on. Then I recommend using courgette. This is just really easy on the stomach. A little bit of roughage does help your dog's gut. Great, the courgette raw. You don't have to steam it. Now that I've grated that and I'm just waiting for everything, I'm gonna run you through what you should do next. You'll transition your dog onto this new simple recipe. If their stools start to get more loose and the itching starts to increase, you will have to change the protein type within the recipe. If you find the itching starts to settle, well then you can assume that it's a food intolerance that has been causing the issue previously. If you try a number of proteins, haven't managed to quell your dog's itching, then you're going to work on allergy proofing the home. This is where you have to change the cleaning products, get a dehumidifier, do some extra hoovering, make sure your dog is washed when they come from outside and playing in the grass. If you can do both of these things at once, which is increase the quality of your dog's diet, make it specific to them, whilst minimizing the exposure of those environmental allergies, that's how you change the gut microbiome makeup and make them less sensitive to those environmental allergies. This can be a very tricky process. I've gone through it with probably hundreds of owners now, and I understand that it isn't easy. If you need support, please do get in touch. Finally, what you can use, which is a bit of a secret weapon for changing the dog gut microbiome, is a probiotic. You can use natural probiotics like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut if your dog isn't able to consume dairy, or you can buy a soil-based probiotic from online. I would really recommend you do that once having tried all the other options. 1 teaspoon per 10 kilograms that your dog weighs or per 20 pounds, and you can do that daily or every other day. You do have to be really wary with ingredients that you give your dog if they suffer from allergies and intolerances. You need to be sure that it works for them. Other things that you can do to strengthen the immune system include getting some local honey if your dog suffers from allergies maybe in the summer. Also, what you can do is start feeding your dog once a day. By putting your dog in a fast, it increases immune activity and that will help strengthen them, which is really important if you want to reduce that itchy skin. Right, the meat is now cooked through. We're just gonna mix everything together. Now you can also include some herbs, which can work to reduce the inflammatory response as well. Start off with the least amount of ingredients so you have a good platform to learn what works and what doesn't. This is a super nourishing recipe. I can't stress enough. Sprinkle a bit of thyme on this. Make it smell nice, and then either transition your dog onto this or feed them it straight away if they're used to the meat that you're using. You do want to make it in small quantities because there is no saying what will work for your dog and what will not. But if you found something that works, you can store it in the freezer for up to 5 days once you've cooked it. Once defrosted, again, it lasts for 5 days. Thanks for watching this video. I know it might have been a little bit confusing. It is a process, learning what works to quell your dog's itchy skin. Sometimes it can be really obvious. Sometimes it is just a food intolerance or a cleaning product that you use on your floor. But to be sure of what works and what doesn't, you need to start by using these simple meals, figuring out one that does work, adding ingredients, testing for reactions, and building out a full diet plan based on the ingredients you know works best. If you're looking for help and support, please do get in touch with a dog nutritionist via the Dog Nutritionist website, and yeah, we'll see what we can do to arrange some help.